Welcome to the Dan Majerle Show, presented by Talking Stick Resort. Barry Butel alongside the head coaches at GCU Lopes, Dan Majerle. And Coach, you come back after a tough road swing. And you look at the numbers, and you guys scored about 84.5 points. You shot pretty well, and you shot from the field well, you shot from the arc really well, but you come out with 2 losses. That's tough from a defensive standpoint, right?
Well, I mean, we packed our bags. I guess we didn't pack our defensive bags. It was very, very disappointing. Gave up 54 points in the first half against Seattle. Just didn't do a very good job. Battled in, had a chance to, we got it to 2 points. We really fought back. They made a huge 3 down the stretch, and but just scored way too many points, and then it translated back to Utah Valley. Again, they scored 54 points in the second half. Our defense wasn't there. We were urgent enough. Didn't do our jobs. Way too many fouls. This is a team that we pride ourselves in not fouling. And we gave them way too many fouls, drive to the basket, and ones, little ticky-tack fouls, things like that. Both those teams are good from the free throw line, and they not only shot the ball well. When you go to the free throw line that many times, you're going to be in trouble.
It was kind of a streaky game, too. In Seattle, you had 11 straight possessions in which you scored. You kind of cut back into that game a little bit, but it just wasn't enough.
No, it's hard when you go on the road and you give up 54 points in the first half. You're always trying to battle back, and you have to be really efficient offensively. I thought we did a good job, but you got to be able to get stops. I think defense is something that should be able to travel, and something you really have to rely on when you're on the road. And obviously, we didn't do that.
Is that a mentality right off of the opening tip? Is it the grind? There's 3 games remaining in the season. What can you?
I can't tell you. I'm disappointed in the effort and in just the execution. Sometimes we'll play hard, but we'll play the hard wrong way. Different guys helping when they're not supposed to help, and the guy who's supposed to go to the help is not there. And on defense, it's always 5 guys working together, and sometimes our guys aren't connected. They don't talk enough, and they don't trust each other on the floor defensively. And when they play that way, it's hard to stop, because I said all 5 guys have to be on the same page.
2 tough road games in a very log-jam Western Athletic Conference against 2 teams that I'm sure you're going to be battling as well for positioning when it comes to tournament time in Seattle, Utah Valley, KC.
Yeah, we just got to finish strong. We did the same thing last year. We finished with 2 road losses at Utah Valley, at Seattle. Disappointing, and then we came back in the tournament and won those 2 games against those 2 very same teams and got to the finals again. So we just got to find a way, although we're all very disappointed in what's going on right now, we got to find a way to close out strong here the last 3 games at home and have a positive note going into the tournament. I still think we can beat any team. I think that's true for most teams in this league. They have the ability to go and win any game if they play well.
Yeah, and the remaining 3 games of the regular season, all at home, and you came from a winning streak at home, a big overtime win against Kansas City. You closed it out strong before heading out on the road trip too. But we had you mic'd up in that KC game, and it's an interesting behind-the-scenes perspective as far as what goes on from what you're doing and trying to get these guys motivated on the court.
Yeah, it's a fine line. I'm a very excitable coach, and we found a lot of grit and find a way to win that game, especially in the last 2 minutes. We were down, I think 6 with a minute or so left to go in the game, or 2 minutes, whatever it was, and we found a way to get a big stop and get into overtime, and that was a great win for us.
Let's check out Dan, mic'd up against KC.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How are you? Nice to see you. Get the tip and let's go to work right from the beginning. Let's go. Hey, quick, Mikey, quick. Foul. Ollie, come here. Be aggressive down there. He's 6'7". He's playing off you. Square him up and shoot it. Hey, flat. Ollie, flat. Kansas, quick. Hey, horse twist. Switch it. Horse twist. I don't know about that. Come on now, hey, said it ain't gonna be easy, it's gonna be a grind. Rub, roll, replace, rub. Hey, keep moving, move! It's a foul! That's a a flop. It's a safe call. Not what it used to be. We're fine. We're right where we need to be. You go up with one hand all the time. You have to grab it like it's your newborn child and chin it because everybody's coming over. Go, get a stop. We don't need a 3. We need to get a 2. Keep being solid down there. Finish with a rebound and let's run. Run your spots. Let's go. Play for each other. Move. Don't stand. Come on, grind it out. Grind it out. You roll, replace. You drag. Horns down. Horns down. Not bad for having a freshman point guard. Made a big shot. I thought our guys battled through. They got a lot of heart. They keep working at it, and they're unbelievable. I love it.
We talked about grinding, and that was grinding. You know, look, a little sketchy there. You guys kept on fighting, man. That's the way you got to do it. And all those games going to be like it, right? Yeah. I'm proud of you guys, man. That's what teams do, man. That fight, you couldn't be more proud of.
Love y'all. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
Hey, get off your feet tonight. Live right. Live right. Live right.
Coming up, he's worked himself into the rotation as a freshman. Lopes insider Paul Coro catches up with Bryce Okpoh.
Whether you crave the night or savor the day, here we give you all a place to play. Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Sanderson Ford has been straight up with our customers for the past 65 years. We've climbed to the top with a no hassle, no pressure, and no nonsense approach to selling Fords. No games, just straight up to provide the most value and best experience for our customers.
They support local sports and donate generously to local charities with a strong emphasis on kids and military.
If it's important to you to do business with someone who supports our community,
choose Sanderson Ford.
Straight up.
The Dan Majerle Show on Fox Sports Arizona is presented by Talking Stick Resort. Play in style. And also brought to you by Cox Business. It's time for the Talking Stick Resort Play of the Week. Play in style.
White later putting that left shoulder in, kick back out to Brown, up for 3. Money! Bam, baby!
A nice job taking the ball in the labor, and he finds Brown wide open on the outside.
Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show, presented by Talking Stick Resort. One player that maybe you thought maybe wouldn't contribute all that much, but certainly has, and he's a freshman, is Bryce Okpoh.
Yeah, you know, as I've told everybody, we were planning on redshirting this year, but because of the roster that we wasn't able to secure, then he's played and he's worked himself in the starting lineup. He's done some good things. He's really improved in a short period of time. He's really worked on a shot. This is a kid that's a worker. I guess the biggest thing, if I had to critique Bryce right now, is he doesn't play to his abilities. I think he has a shortcoming as far as he's very athletic. He's good around the rim. He can block shots. He's a better defender than he's showing. So I keep trying to tell him every day that although you're a freshman and we're putting you in a role that you probably not are ready for, you just got to go out and play as hard as you can for as many minutes as you are. And I think he's not valuing his athleticism. He can play much harder and do a lot more than he's given himself credit for.
Lopes insider Paul Coro goes one-on-one with Bryce Okpoh.
Bryce, you had a lot of different plans before you chose on GCU. How did it all come about that you were thinking about maybe doing a prep school or something like that and then decided to come here?
I just felt like that the schools I had in the beginning weren't the right fit for me. And then GCU just popped out and came out of nowhere. God's blessing. And I was blessed to come here, and it was a perfect fit for me.
What did it mean to you that they looked to you so earlier in your career here to play a big role?
It meant a lot. It shows me that they trust me, and I have to hold my other end of the bargain and show them what they know I can do.
A lot of people want to come in and, their priority is on scoring or, got to get as many minutes as I can, and you really seem to have embraced your role as like a hustler, rebounder, defender.
Really, I've had that type of role most of my life. Going into AAU, I played with a lot of 5-stars, so I've always been that guy that's just try to play hard and get the 50-50 balls and just do the little things like Dennis Rodman type of play. I like playing like that.
Didn't you go to the same high school as Darren Williams?
I saw Darren a couple times. He came to a couple games, worked out with us a couple times, just giving his knowledge to us. So he was a good piece in my life to help me really break down the game and learn the game. Just knowing what he sees and know what you should look for. So that's what he really taught me.
Do you think about 2-3 years down the line how your game will develop and how you'll benefit from like working out with Gabe Borland and the performance crew?
Definitely. I just think if I keep working, anything's possible. The progress I've made so far is a lot more since I came here. So all I can do is keep working, and God will do the rest.
When we return, we take you around the world of GCU Athletics, and our student athletes reflect on Black History Month.
Waking up with peace of mind. Just one of the little perks you get with the SRP Power app. Use it to make conscious decisions on the energy you use every day. No guessing. Everything you need to know. Download the SRP Power app now. SRP, delivering water and power.
One more member on our roster. Streets of New York is proud to announce Grand Canyon University to our winning team. We are now the official pizza of GCU. Go Lopes.
Canyon State Credit Union, a local credit union serving the Valley for over 65 years, can assist you in buying your first home, refinancing your current home, or if you're dreaming of a retirement home. Canyon State Credit Union can provide you with a fast and affordable solution that meets your needs. Let Canyon State Credit Union run the numbers on your dream. Visit canyonstatecu.org or call 623-580-6015 for more information. Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. We do business in accordance with the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, MLS number 410376.
Bossy, bossy. Just looking at my kids like I'm bossy. Bang, bang, bang. While out to while it to S to the base, step London and mid on edges. Is it?
Rock a showstopper, beats, get it crunk and wired. Wave your hands, scream louder. Everybody here, get it out of control.
Black History Month to me is very important. It's an opportunity for us as African Americans to reflect on everything we've gone through and to realize that through adversity we can still be successful.
It's about celebrating and rejoicing about those African Americans who gave us hope.
Honestly, it's a month, but we have it for the whole year. It's just a month showing that we were able to achieve a lot.
Being mixed, it's hard to racially identify like who I am sometimes. What Black History Month means to me is the struggles that many important Black leaders have been through and the hardships that they face on a day-to-day basis. It just makes me want to persevere.
It's just a month filled with love and really just remembrance of all the great icons and models that have been representing for the African American community. Someone that has inspired me is Muhammad Ali, because I feel that he always kept his competitive and aggressive nature, especially with high racial tensions at the time. He always stayed true to himself.
Right now I feel like it's Meek Mill. With all the things that he's been through, fighting poverty, and the things that he's doing now, trying to reform the justice system.
Kobe Bryant, it's sad that he's gone now, but he really had a huge impact on my life. Living by his Mamba mentality, always show the best version of yourself.
My late grandfather, he just showed me that if you work hard, then you can do whatever you want to do.
Gabby Douglas, she was an American gymnast, an Olympian at that. She just started at the bottom and she worked her way up.
My older brother, Javon Holland, he goes to the University of Oregon. He's always pushed me, he's always taught me work ethic, and then what you want you can get, so continue to chase your dream.
The impact that I want to leave is no matter what you put your mind to, you can achieve it, and don't let anyone get in the way of that.
Just being a good person all around, being very genuine, and staying true to myself at all times.
You could be more than just your chosen sport outside of life. I mean, you could be a really great basketball player, or you could work hard in the classroom, become a great maybe engineer or something like that, and then also just you could do it all while being firm in your faith.
Work hard, never give up, and push through adversity.
Looking ahead on the calendar for GCU Athletics, it's a busy start to the month of March. Baseball takes on New Mexico March 3rd and 4th. Softball hosts the Lopes Classic March 6th through the 8th as they welcome in UNLV, Montana, and St. Joseph's. Men's volleyball takes on Vanguard in North Greenville on Friday the 6th, and beach volleyball serves up their first homestand as they host the GCU tournament. For more on what to expect from beach volleyball this season, here's their head coach, Kristen Rohr.
Last year was really a growth year for us. We were still full of underclassmen. A lot of our lineup was sophomores and freshmen, and didn't really have that experience to kind of get us over the hump. To get where we wanted to be, and so the athletes learned a lot about themselves. They learned a lot about themselves off the court as well as beach volleyball wise, and we're excited for this year because now we're a lot of upperclassmen. We lost Jamie Walsh last year, who was in our 5, and did a really good job for us, and so we're returning a lot of athletes, and just excited about what this year will bring. So we finished the season last year at 14, coming into the preseason rankings as 15, and our goal is just to keep climbing up that rank. And everyone wants to be at the national championships at the end of the year, and that means us making the top 8. Our athletes have been training so hard on and off the court, in season, out of season, so we're expecting a lot of hard work still, a lot of grit. I expect our athletes to be a lot more mentally tough this year just because of that experience. Our goal is to finish in the top 8 at the end of the season. All our athletes have goals that are sometimes past college. So like Anea has dreams to go to the Olympics, and she's competing for her national team over the summer. Bella and Tegan competed for the U21 this summer. So all of our athletes are, wanting to get to that next level, wanting to train hard. We have a lot of them that played AVP this summer, and that experience is really beneficial for going back to college. There's a ton of respect on this team. There's a closeness. Now the majority of our athletes have been here for 2 to 3 years. They make comments all the time how they've never felt so close to their teammates as they do this year. And, it's exciting because they want to work hard for each other. They want to have a successful season. And, it shows in everything they're doing on and off the court. When I came here 5 years ago, I had never even been to Arizona before they brought me on the interview. I just absolutely fell in love with the campus, the university. We have one of the best student sections in the country, and we expect nothing less when we compete this season. The support we get from the president, all of our administration, the students, is like no other university, and we're just really excited to see what we can do this year.
Coming up, it's our Ask a Lope, the burning questions the students at GCU want to know about the head coach.
So one key component that makes the Waste Management Phoenix Open so successful is Cox Business. Over 700,000 people are going to come enjoy TPC Scottsdale, from digital TV to digital phones to security, and most importantly, that free Wi-Fi all over this property. We simply couldn't do it without a partner like Cox Business. We're grateful, we're thankful, it's a hole-in-one.
What's up, Dan Majerle? What was your favorite college basketball memory?
Nate, that's a great question. My favorite basketball memory was probably when I was a junior at Central Michigan University. You know, when I signed up at Central, we were in last place, and then by the time my freshman year, we were in last place, and by the time our junior year, we actually got to the tournament, and that year was a very special year. We went undefeated at home. We had a crowd much like we have here at the Havocs. We packed a gym that sat about 70, maybe 6,000 people, and we had a great tradition. On every jump ball, we had a guy that would win the tip, and he'd win the tip, and they'd set a back pick for me, and we'd always start the game with the lob, and more times than not, I would actually catch the lob and dunk it. And one of the traditions at Central Michigan was that the student section would throw toilet paper. So they'd all come to the game with a roll of toilet paper, and after that first basket was made, they just threw it on the floor, and it looked like a snowstorm in northern Michigan, and it was quite a tradition. It was in People magazine, Sports Illustrated. It was something to be seen. That took about 15 minutes to clear the floor after it was done. But once that first basket went, it was just a hail of toilet paper that just looked like it was a big snowstorm. So won undefeated that year, won the conference championship, won the tournament, and ended up going to the first round of the NCAAs. We played against Reggie Miller and the UCLA Bruins. So that year was a very special year for us at Central.
You know, if the Havocs see the show, we're going to have a rain of toilet paper.
Well, they made us stop doing it after that year because they said it would be a technical foul after that, because it literally the next day there was no toilet paper on campus, and it took literally probably 15 minutes to clear up the floor. But as a memory, I got pictures of it. It's you have to see it. It's you can't even see the players. It's just like, thousands and thousands and thousands of roll of toilet paper come down all at once.
Up next, it's rivalry week at GCU. What is the outlook? We'll ask the head coach when we return.
Feel the thunder in the heart of Phoenix. GCULopes.com.
Today at Whataburger, we're cooking the Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich.
You asked for it, and it's back.
We got 3 chicken strips, 2 slices of Monterey Jack cheese, Whataburger's own buffalo sauce, a little bit of buttermilk ranch. The combination is just right.
It's crunchy, and then it's spicy, and then it's cool. Your mouth is exploding with flavor.
It just all works together, and then you add the cheese in there.
It kind of wakes me up, honestly. My goodness. I can see myself getting this every time I come here.
The Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich. It's back, and it's only for a limited time.
Order all your favorites from your phone.
Waking up with peace of mind. Just one of the little perks you get with the SRP Power app. Use it to make conscious decisions on the energy you use every day. No guessing. Everything you need to know. Download the SRP Power app now. SRP, delivering water and power.
Whether you crave the night or savor the day, here we give you all a place to play. Talking Stick Resort. Play in style.
It's time to take a look ahead to the upcoming schedule, brought to you by Cox Business. There are only 3 more chances to catch the Lopes in action at GCU Arena. The big game is Thursday as GCU hosts New Mexico State, who sits atop the conference. Then on Saturday, it's UT-RGV, and then on March 7th, it's the final home game for the Lopes as they take on CSU Bakersfield. A reminder, all home games can be seen on Fox 10 Extra and streamed live at GCULopes.com or on the Lope Nation app.
Welcome back to the Dan Majerle Show, presented by Talking Stick Resort. Our final segment, we look ahead to the final 3 games, all on the home court, in front of the Havocs. And you guys have played well on the home court as of late. You started off against a tough opponent in New Mexico State. They're riding a 16-game winning streak.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they're the class of the league. Obviously, they're undefeated here this year, and they don't lose too many games. But this is a rivalry. They even admit that it's a rivalry. So I'm sure this place is going to be going crazy. This is a chance for us, as I said, to turn the momentum around a little bit. Nothing could be better than to beat a good team like New Mexico State on our home floor. I know our fans will be ready. We'll be ready. We just got to go out and perform and hopefully play really well, and then finish up with UT-RGV and Bakersfield, and then go into the tournament.
Yeah, Saturday it's UT-RGV, and they've been pretty scrappy.
They've been really good. They've turned it on. They had won 5 straight, and they're a good team. They beat us here last year. They got some talented guys who play extremely hard.
And at the end of the day, yeah, you want to have a roll. You want to probably have a nice little streak going into tournament time. But as you said, that's the 3rd season. Depending on where you're seated, it really doesn't matter. It's really a logjam. And as you mentioned earlier in the show, every team can compete against any team.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if we were the 2nd or the 5th seed. I mean, obviously, we want to have a great seed, but whoever we're going to play, it's going to be a very tough opponent. It doesn't matter where we play or who you play. It's going to be a grinded out game, and everybody knows you have to get through New Mexico State, but you have to find a way to win games, and we've been able to do that the last 2 years. So we played against 2 really good Utah Valley teams that finished ahead of us in the tournament, beat them, beat a Seattle team that just beat us last year, the last game. So as I said, I think that we can beat anybody. We just got to go out and prove it. We got to be playing well.
And the team knowing that once the tournament comes around, it's a completely different atmosphere. It's a a different vibe as far as being ready and prepared.
It is, but our guys can't think that they're just going to turn it on because it's tournament time. Mm-hmm. We've had up and downs this year, and when we play well, we've shown that we can win. So our guys have to continue that today here in practice and continue to get better. But if they think they're just going, the tournament and we're going to Vegas, now we'll start playing while they're kidding themselves. So we got to find a way to improve and get on a little bit of roll here.
All right, 3 games at home at GCU Arena. We hope to see you out there. For now, for head coach Dan Majerle, I'm Barry Butel. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Dan Majerle Show.